Hey there, Passamaquoddy. She's first one in, at least the first one to make her presence known. Awesome supporter, Passamaquoddy. It's another pretty day in Kentucky. Bright blue, sunny skies, not a cloud in the sky. It was a little chilly last night. Kind of chilly now. Supposed to get up into the mid 70s today, so maybe it'll warm up some more, but who knows? Hopefully. Almost messed up. Almost messed up. I hit that snooze button. No, I don't think I hit the snooze button. I think I just canceled the alarm so it wouldn't go off again. Slept until about 11:30, but it did take me a little while to get to sleep last night for some reason. Matter of fact, it took me a couple hours to get to sleep. And I was just, I don't know, couldn't get comfortable. Didn't help that there were some kittens wanting to snuggle up. And I think they were snuggling just to stay warm. Yeah, there they go, trashing the house. Oh my goodness. Well, it's all right. The house is a mess anyway because I'm packing and whatnot. Oh my. Well, I butchered your name, Passamaquoddy. I seen my typo. I called you Passaquoddy. I'm making up words now. So this is going to be probably an every Wednesday thing on top of our Sunday night live chat. So I'll have a permanent alarm on my phone labeled live stream so I can remember that I have a Wednesday live stream. Because unfortunately I forget things like that. And I've been talking about having a Wednesday live, but I on it. I just keep forgetting. So Shawnee did say, hey, why don't you just set you an alarm? So what I did, I made it an event and then, labeled the alarm Wednesday live stream 1 p.m. So it's going to take a while for everyone to get used to the additional live stream. Not giving up on the Sunday one, but I do realize that there are some people who are not able to attend the late night one on Sundays because they got work or they're tired, or they have, schedules that they have to stick to. Excuse me. I totally get that. So I thought, why not? Oh my goodness. Why not just let Shawnee come up instead of just finishing what I'm saying? Because
you can finish what you're saying.
I'm just babbling.
Babbling. Okay.
Babble.
I've got some time before I have to drive and go pick up my oldest. So I'm gonna gab for a little bit if that's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
So I checked the weather, and on Saturday we are getting 27 degrees at night.
Good Lord.
Which means it's going to freeze, everybody. So I'm gonna
Ooh.
just squeeze these into the frame here. So this is at my
Oh,
house.
oh my goodness. Uh-oh. What happened?
Squash, ground cherries,
Wow.
peppers, pumpkins. I don't have any here, but this is just my house. You can take it off me now.
Okay.
Um, I have to go do the offsite garden. So I've
Yeah.
got 3 days. I've got 3 days to get stuff cut down and brought in. Otherwise, it's going to go to mush. Now, there are plenty of crops I have planted for my fall garden that can withstand that 27 degrees that's coming because it's weird. It's going to be 80 today and tomorrow, and
Yeah.
then it's going to be 27 at night. It's like a 60-degree fluctuation. Now, this is nothing compared to the folks with the hurricane drama, and I'm, not comparing, but this is just what's
Yeah.
happening in my life. So I
Yeah.
just I had all my plants on the deck. Like I have tropical heat loving plants that have to come in. So my kitchen is full of plants until I can figure out where they're going to live because I didn't have a plan.
Oh no.
It's okay, but um
Time to get creative.
that's what we're doing the next 3 days is magical moving things around, ripping stuff out, preparing for that because I wanted to wait till the last minute. I mean, a lot of people around here, all their stuff's already out of their garden. And I'm
Yeah.
like, "No. I'm waiting and playing the game."
Yeah. Well, that's smart though. Uh,
Are you going
we're
outside? Okay.
we're looking at mid 70s all week, and then like at night in the mid 40s. So last
Okay.
night was a bit chilly, but I still have one heater up here, and I hate using it because it's electric, but
Okay.
it's actually, I think I've said this before, it's actually better on energy saving than my air conditioner. So
Yeah,
um,
I guess it depends on the watts. Do you know, are you using the blowy heat or the oil radiator heat for electric?
this is infrared, so it blows.
It
It
blows. Okay.
sounds wrong.
So, air moves out of it.
Yeah, that's the theory anyway.
I did turn the furnace on the other night just to make sure it actually engages and the igniter works and the thermostat talks to it because it was 62 in the house.
Hmm.
And, I didn't wanna turn it on, but it's a good thing to know that it's working because then I'd have to call the landlord otherwise and then schedule maintenance because 'cause we've had it go out before when it actually we needed it, and we couldn't get someone here for 4 days, so thankfully I had the electric oil radiators,
Yeah.
because we still had power, so I was able to plug it in and keep everybody warm, but it really teaches you how fast the house loses its temperature and just
Oh, definitely.
yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, I was gonna say I had to get my quilt out and put it on my bed so I have comforter and a quilt. Cause it's just that time. We're getting into that time where I need an extra blanket, because
I love quilts.
I don't wanna
Quilts are
crank the
awesome.
heat.
Yeah,
I
I don't
like it
blame you.
cool. Yeah,
Yeah, I like it dark and cool,
right.
even in the wintertime. I don't, I can't sleep when it's hot. Ugh.
And I still wanted my fan kinda on, but then my feet were too cold, so you just get a blanket.
Yeah, I got cats, one on each leg.
Yeah.
Can't leave me alone. But I went down to the house because
Okay.
I set up. I have a solar powered security camera, and I set it up at the back door because the front door is locked. Back when it's not, and so yeah, and just in case, But like an idiot, I wasn't paying attention to where I put the solar panel, and so when the camera came around, and because you can point it wherever you want to, and I was looking up here at the house, I was all I could see was the backside of that solar panel, so I had to move the solar panel.
Okay.
Oh my God, the people across the street. Now I didn't put two and two together the other day. I could be up here and hear everything they say, right? That's how loud they talk.
Okay.
Now I'm going to be about 20 feet closer to them.
Oh no.
You know, it's like, why y'all got to talk so damn
Because
loud?
they're
I don't
outside
understand.
talking.
No, they're inside
They're inside and you can hear
in
it.
their living room with the door open.
Hmm.
Screen. Well, they have like, a storm door, glass storm door,
Wonder
but
how
still.
we can soundproof your area to buffer. I mean, you can't, a bush doesn't grow fast, to buffer sound. There's
Mm-mm,
got to be something
no, but
other than you
there's
playing music.
yeah. Well, no. Now I have to figure out what's wrong with my stereo because it won't come on now. It's getting power. It's
Okay.
not getting power to the rest of it. It's stopping somewhere at the relay. So I'm thinking because it's old school, it probably has a capacitor out. So that's not a big deal. But I like the capacitor stores enough juice to that when you hit that power button, it has enough juice to. I mean, this is a big amp.
Right.
It's like really loud. So it needs a lot of juice stored up in a capacitor to power up the rest of the circuits. And I think that's what's gone. But no, the top of the hill, there's hollyhock. Hollyhock grows fast. Well, in the
Yeah, and it
spring.
shoots up really tall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it spreads itself out. So you kind of have to control it so it doesn't like come out this way. But if you want to build a wall or grow a wall, hollyhock is excellent because it's like what 10, 12 feet tall.
I haven't
So
planted it, but I want to. Yeah.
hey, if I can get you some of the, I believe it's just the flowers. I think the flowers are what
I
causes
think
it
it's
to
a
spread.
seed. Yeah, I don't think it's a bulb in the ground like a rhizome. I think it's a seed,
Yeah,
but I'm
it's
not sure.
in the middle of the flower itself. But
Okay.
I could send you like the buds. That's all you need, and you can.
Because, yeah,
Um,
you plant them in the spring, right?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Because I
Give
see them
them.
around here.
Oh, they're beautiful. I've got the ones I've got are like a purple and a violet. Well, a pink. I'm sorry. So it's like a violet and a pink. And then
Okay.
I think occasionally we get like a white, but it doesn't happen that often.
There's a spot in the rain garden that I have plugged in plants, and then there's gaps in between everything. So I wrote a list of things I kind of want to direct sow in the spring, and that was one of them. And then
Yeah.
Mexican sunflower and bee balm. I don't remember the other one. You found a tomato? Thank you.
That's awesome. Hmm.
They want to play in my room. I said, fine.
You guys find anywhere else to lay besides my legs? It's not.
So I know that you pay attention to our sun, our big star, and I'm pretty sure you pay attention to when we have an X class solar flare storm, right?
Usually when I'm not moving. Yeah.
And the thing is I didn't because you've been moving, so we've been having some and it was around the time that this hurricane Milton was developing. And so word on the street is that's what's contributing to its record-breaking capacities besides the heat of the Gulf, the water temperatures. Because if you look at the charts, it's the hottest they've ever been, supposedly, in our record-keeping paperwork.
Yeah.
And so I just think it's fascinating because there are papers, scientific papers that go back to was it Katrina and one that started with an I, Ian or something? That there
Yeah.
was a significant solar storm, and we had a geomagnetic, like, where the northern lights are really viewable, and then those storms really blew up with that
Yeah,
energy that we got. So I think that has a lot to do with what's happening.
it does. It does. But, um, it really depends on, I guess, the intensity of a solar flare and how it hits us. If it's a glancing blow, it's not so bad. But when it engulfs Earth,
Hmm.
like our atmosphere could only protect us so much. There's
Yeah,
still sun that comes through, and
there's
it's
really
like,
good images of where they show the Earth, and then they show like, did it come to here? Did it come down and flow through? Like the sun's huge, obviously,
hmm
and where did it have that sunspot come out at? Because we had some, was it this morning? And we're not sure where it's going to hit, if it's going to hit us or not. And I don't
yeah.
think a lot
Um,
of people really understand the effects that our Earth has when it comes to these solar flares.
no, and generally the meteorologist will glance over that.
I think
Like
it
they
needs to
won't
be
even.
added to the forecast. We should have a section where we talk about, hi, is it Tonette? Is that how you say that name?
Hi,
Tonette?
Tonette. Yeah, Tonette.
I feel like that
Yep.
should be part of, now I don't watch like the real weather on the weird like public free TV. I pick and choose which meteorologist I want to watch because there's better choices now that we have the
Hmm,
internet. But
yeah.
I do think that needs to be added. Tonette, it's an old joke.
Oh, okay. Uh, yeah. And that, I guess I don't know. I guess it's not going to be um because the meteorologists don't want to. That there's a gnat.
It's a
It's right
separate
between them.
it's a separate field of information and interest and education background. So it's almost like okay, after the meteorologist, we need that person to come speak,
Yeah,
you know.
but because meteorologists aren't taught to include the sun and its
No.
effects on Earth. They're just
No. They look at
because it's a
jet stream
difference.
and the wind flow and they look at ridges and troughs. They don't look at what's coming from space.
Exactly. How about turn the heat back on? I'm sorry, it's a little cold here.
Oh boy.
But yeah, and here's another thing, and I went on a bit of a rant on my community page.
You did?
Yeah.
I must have missed that.
Basically, I was saying people really need to stop relying solely on people like I don't get me wrong. I love Ryan Hall. Okay.
Oh,
And there's a lot of other weather
we should
channels
have
on
a
YouTube.
spread out information board, you're saying? Don't just watch one.
No, what I'm saying is don't rely on them for your warnings and alerts because there's delays on the internet.
Mhm.
We've experienced, I'm going to kill it damn that.
We gotta
um
go above it and then
I know it's like, oh, I got it. It was on my screen. Now I have to clean my screen. But anyway, um, he's saying you really need to get out of that place now. Okay, so here I am. Let's say I live in let's say I live in Alabama, and for some reason my internet decided to act up.
hi Duncan.
He might say it. He might have said that 5 minutes ago. He could have said that 2 minutes ago.
So you're talking about more local. You need
Yeah,
local
you need a
information.
weather radio. You need a battery powered AM, FM radio. You need local
Oh,
information that is
let
right
me
then
just
and there.
do a show and tell then. Let me hold on.
Okay, because you're putting your life in danger, and I think Ryan Hall and the rest of these channels need to have a disclaimer that says, "Look, there are faster ways of getting information, um, up to date alerts, and don't rely on my website or don't rely on my live streams to save your life." And that really needs to be addressed. And I'm trying to think of a nice way to word it so I could write him an email and say, look, I think just to cover your tail, he needs to cover his ass. I mean,
Who's he? What are we
people,
talking about?
Ryan Hall
Oh, okay.
and all the other ones need to cover their ass with a disclaimer. It says, look, do not rely on my information to save your life. Rely on, local news, local
Yeah.
weather,
Um,
NOAA weather radios. Go
Jeanette,
ahead.
we had tornadoes in my county and he wasn't broadcasting that day. You know what I mean? Like, so this is what I wanted to show. If anyone watches the replay or is in the chat, this is what we're referring to as a weather radio. So it has different settings where you can set an alarm, like an alarm clock, but I don't use that feature. This is a Midland. It tells me the time. It has this where I can push this button and it has that voice where it goes, here's the temperature, here's the wind speed, here's what's going on in the forecast. But what happens is, like, today we're having an advisory, which is a test because it's Wednesday, but there's different lights on here. One says watch, one says warning. So it'll make a sound. It'll make a, you know what alarm sounds. I'm not going to make one with my mouth,
Right.
but you get what I'm saying. And it'll start talking because I have it set to talk. That's what, like, the picture of the person talking is, and there's a
Hmm.
volume button, and it'll tell me, like, you're under a flood watch, a tornado watch, a severe thunderstorm watch.
Oops.
It'll talk about the size of the hail. Right now, I have it unplugged to show you, and it has a battery backup in it. I don't know how long those batteries last, but I always keep it plugged into the wall, and I have it in my kitchen so I can project the sound throughout the entire house. Was this cheap? No. I got it on sale, but I don't care. Like, you know how many times I've used this since I bought it? It's amazing. Hey, Paul. Hey, KP Heathen. So, that's what I have to say about weather radio.
It's it. I want people to understand too that sits there. It's a silent. It's silent for 90% of the time,
Yep.
which is a good thing. Don't think of it as
You don't have to leave it on talking all the time. Like, if I push this
no.
button, it would start. I don't want to do it because it might say where I am, but
Don't think of it as a wasted investment because it's not. It's supposed to sit there and be quiet, and you want it to be quiet. But when it goes off, you want it to go off and you want it to scare the hell out of everybody in the house.
my kids go, it's going off, and I go, listen to what it's saying. And then my oldest will repeat if I can't get in there to catch it, what it's saying, because it's gone off at 1 in the morning, and I'm like, what's happening? Now, usually
Mhm.
I know the storm's coming because I'm pretty weather aware because I'm a gardener. You kind of have to be
Oh, yeah.
looking at the forecast and what's going on. And we've had our farm site where my garden was hit by a tornado. So we just kind of have it scarred in us to keep your eyes on the sky and know what's
Yeah.
going on. But yeah, I do
Now,
encourage people to. Do you have a link that you could? Do you have links to weather radios that you're affiliated with or anything?
Popcorn, I did on a couple of my older videos, and I guess I probably should
This
add
one might be a
something on
good
there.
one to put in there for this live specifically, or we're talking about it. Ours is in your okay, yeah. We have 3 bedrooms, one's upstairs, 2 down on the main, and so I keep it in the kitchen. Plus, that's where I had an outlet and a counter, to be honest.
Yeah.
There's no more spaces for anything. It's an older house.
I have the little white one from Midland. Yeah. So the Midlands are really reliable radios. Also, you can get those weather alert radios in FRS walkie talkies. They're FRS and GMRS walkie talkies. So you get them blister packs from Walmart for, $60, $70. And each one of those walkies has got that alert on there. You can activate it. Another thing too that and Shawnee's radio that she showed has this option. It's called SAME, SAME. And I'm gonna look this up so I don't get it get it wrong because I do things like that sometimes. But what SAME does on these weather radios is it only receives alerts for your specific area, and they go by your county code. So there's a county code that National Weather Service has set aside for every county in America. Let's see. I've got a link here real quick for it. And there's another net. My God. They're the joys of living in the country. So it's kind of a list of counties and stuff and their codes. And a lot of these like the Midland radios. Now you can look up your state, then you look up your county, and then your county. From there, you go into the menu, the next option, and it says your county code. You select your county code, and then that NOAA weather alert will be specific to your area, and it will ignore all other counties because you don't want to be listening when minutes count. You don't want to be listening to reports from 10 counties away. That's not going to do you any good, but it will give you a good idea. Like, oh, crap, that we're right in the path. So in like an hour or two, that's going to be here. But what you want is a more specific, weather alert for your county and your county alone. So it might say northern Casey County, you're under a tornado warning or tornado watch, and you won't be hearing about a county that's 10 counties away. So your radio will stay silent until they send that specific tone to your radio for your county. It's really cool. Same technology. If you want to look for that, most of the Midland weather radios offer it, and I'm going to type it in chat so you know what to look for. So that makes it just more, even more of an insurance policy. It's kind of like getting a bonus on your insurance policy. Well, we can cover this, that, and the other plus. So, and I'm pretty sure that, Shawnee, your radio has the same technology. So that means you're only going to get reports for your area.
Yeah, there's a function where you kind of like scan of what tower you pick up. And it's my county.
Well, there's a code. There's a code that you look for.
So when you do a manual, you mean?
Yeah, when you do it manually.
Okay.
So like when you set the radio up the first time, you'll probably have to look in the, hey, good morning, Bob. You'll have to look in the instructions if you got them. If you don't, they're online. You get them PDF.
I have something else I could show.
I find PDFs are easier to read. So if you lose your owner's manual, I would be looking for that model of radio, in the PDF form would be the operator's manual. So, hey, Duncan, I didn't see you come in. Good. I'm used to saying good evening or good afternoon.
Yeah.
Got me all screwed up.
I know. So if, let's say you don't have a weather radio right now, but you do have one of these, it's a Midland.
Mm-hmm.
This has a function where you turn it on and you hold down WX and it takes me to weather. So like this is super handy to travel with. If we go somewhere, you take this with you. Well, you could take both of them with you to talk to somebody, but the person you're with, if you get separated, because then I can check the weather. If we have run out of cell service, because that happens with the places we go, I can push this and check on the weather, and it catches whatever tower I'm near for my area that I'm in, and it'll tell me what's happening and what's going to happen if this isn't working.
Yeah, and all these little Chinese walkie-talkies, they're programmable, and you see down at the bottom it shows numbers. That's the frequency I've typed into it. That's local. That's what me and Randy talk on.
Okay.
At the top, you'll see, I think, what's that say? Lexington aircraft. So I can listen to the aircraft too. But here's a nice thing, because I know the frequency. Here at the bottom, I leave this open and not programmed on the bottom, so I can type in. Let's say I want to listen to NOAA Weather Radio,
Yeah.
162.550, and nothing comes in here.
Oh, you have to go outside.
Dry conditions continue for the rest of the work week with afternoon temperatures mostly
Yep, there's the voice.
That robo voice, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
sometimes we get a test and it's an actual person, but it's pre-recorded, of course. But so they're like stumbling over themselves and everything. But yeah, just I just want people to understand that it's great to have people like Brian Hall and whatnot, but keep in mind there are internet delays. There's quicker ways to get information than. So use him as a reference, right? But keep a radio around that can pick up those alerts, because seconds count. And as a storm spotter, I'm the one, storm spotters are the ones that call the National Weather Service and say, hey, we got a tornado on the ground in Casey County. And
It's
that's when
really
they.
handy to get friends with one, because that's what I had to do, because they weren't saying there was any funnels forming where the property is. And my storm spotter friend was like, I'm looking at one right now. And so that's when I told my family to just leave, get out of there.
Yeah.
We're not doing this again. And thankfully it didn't cause any damage, but that was just this summer.
Yeah. See, I mean,
now there's apps. Do you know the names? I don't have it off the top of my head. There's apps where you can watch the Storm Chasers feed. So like it gives you a map and you go, okay, this Storm Chaser has the camera on, and you click it and it would be near you you're looking at, and then you can see what they see. But you would have to pay a monthly fee to access those, and I don't have the names for those apps off the top of my head.
I've got a couple apps that were actually so they're really guarded. When they train you for storm spotting, Skywarn is pretty guarded as far as their, like, I've got a special number that I call. It takes me to the Louisville National Weather Service station. I can't give that to you. I could, but I mean, it could cause problems too. So we're told to guard that phone number with our life. And so I have it listed as something else, but I know, that's the number I call. Only reason that they keep it guarded is they don't want to get a bunch of spam or prank calls and things like that. So we get apps too. When we take our training, we get these apps, and sometimes they'll say on their website, stop using this app, get this other one instead. I haven't updated mine. I've actually been using their website right on my phone. So, because their website translates to mobile too. And then, I can look at either the weather alerts, or I can look at the radar as it happens. So I couldn't tell you right off the bat unless I looked them up, but some of their apps are pricey, and I just use the free. If I use any, I use the free ones, because they were ridiculously priced, and I was just like, nah.
I know. And then I started looking at, is it called weather stations, where you like have a device that you install in your property, and it tells you your actual local, like, I think it tells you, I'd have to look it up, if your barometric pressure is changing, what your wind speeds are. Do you know what else it would tell you without me Googling it? Those weather stations?
Okay, so yeah, they I've been meaning to get one, because mine finally gave up the ghost. But
So
mine,
how long do they last? Like if I spend $150 on one, is it gonna last 5 years?
I had mine 5 years. Matter of fact, I had mine 6.5 before we had some straight line winds take it out. I mean, literally took it out. There was nothing. It looked like it looked like it went up into the air about 100 feet and just came crashing down by the time I figured out where it was. And I mean, it was tied down pretty good, I thought, but you know, if you get winds like that through this valley, it's just kind of like it just increases the speed because it's funneling it. But yeah, about 6 years is what I got out of mine, and it was one of those AccuWeathers, the high priced one. So next one I get is going to be Wi-Fi enabled. Bob, if you're still in here, I emailed you the link. I'm not putting it in chat anymore. I'm being a prude.
I'm trying to look for the one I wanted to see, and I don't have my other monitor hooked up. So if I look funny, it's because I'm trying to find something on another page.
We don't judge. We might poke fun, but we don't judge. Yeah, AccuWeathers are pretty good, but God, they're just so pricey. I think we paid $400 and almost $500 for the one that I had for it was like 6 years ago. So
Okay, I found it. Wonder if I should just share it.
yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I wish I had my other monitor set up so bad right now. I think it is the Ryan Hall website because I like the way their stuff is set up. Is it
Well,
showing?
He likes the publicity, so
Weather flow tempest weather system.
yeah.
Did it show up on your end?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't have my other screen up. So it's 340. Does this show me? I don't know what all these pieces are. Sensor device, Wi-Fi hub, flat base and pole mount attachment, hub power supply. I want one.
Yeah. Does it it's just app driven, isn't it? So you just
I'm
have
gonna
an
have
app
to
go
read.
to it?
Okay, so am I gonna have to pay for an app every month? How does this work?
Shit, they're not.
Completely wireless, simple installation, instant online access to weather data via free iOS and Android app. Okay, it is an app, but it says it's free, and it better be if you're paying $340 for the device. And it instant. Oh my God, my children.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I'm not trying to leave anyone out, but I'm just being really picky about, put that link out there. Well, you know what? If I know it's not, I'll just be really careful with y'all. Because trolls don't sleep. Trolls do not sleep. Let's see here. Watch me get echo. Nope. Oh, there's a kitty making cute little sounds. Oh, why are so many damn gnats in here today? Shouldn't they be like sleeping or hibernating or something like that? Hey, what's going on?
Good morning.
Why are there so many gnats in my house? Jesus.
My place
Like
is
I'm-
full of flies.
I feel like
You know?
just doing this all day.
Yeah. Probably saw me on some of my lives like, damn, flies. And
Yeah, they get right here. They get right here in your face. And you're like,
yeah.
and they're quicker than we are.
Yeah.
you think as cold as it was last night, they'd be like really lethargic because I know flies get lethargic. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. I think yesterday I killed 6 or more. Just right here where I'm sitting, you know. I'm hoping it will go freezing very soon, and as soon as it freezes, that's the end of the flies. They
Well,
drop
you
off the
heard,
radar.
did you hear Shawnee? She said that they were expecting temperatures in the 20s. So,
Yeah. Hey, Shawnee.
Yeah, it's gonna be Relic 27 Saturday night, and then I think GT is live, and it says first day of snow. I wonder if he got snow today
yeah,
in
there's no
Alaska.
bananas in my house, Tonette.
Oh, for the Nats.
Hey, Shawnee. Howdy. How you doing? Burning my first stick of
Ooh,
white
there you
sage
go.
today.
Love it.
Yeah.
He's burning a fatty.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so I spent my morning getting my houseplants off my deck and brought in, and I changed some soil and changed some pots because of the frost coming. They're all like tropical plants. And then I harvested what I have in the garden here because it's a small garden since I'm closing it down and I'm not going to put one in next year here. So in the next couple days, I have to make my way to the other garden at I call it the offsite garden where I don't live, and get everything in that is going to be hit by frost: the tomatoes,
Yeah.
cucumbers, peppers, squash, pumpkins. Everything else can stay, but I got to get those in. So that's on my list of things to do, which is like
Man,
nothing compared to a hurricane preparedness, but it's what's happening in my realm. So that's what I'm dealing with, you know.
I get that. Yeah. Now I've got my backyard swept out, all the pots, everything. And everything that wasn't tied down is tied down or put in the shed because we do get winter gales, usually around Thanksgiving. And we're not going to be in the country. We're going to be overseas around Thanksgiving. So got everything put together and ready as much as I can. That's a trash truck outside.
We are also working on our yard due to neighbors calling us in for a negligent yard and public safety, sending us a letter. So I have until the 14th to get the things that they said I can't have in my yard hidden. I'm very upset with them, but I don't want to get a fine and I don't want to go to jail. So I'm going to play their game and hide the things and then bring them back out after we're not under the watchful eye of the police.
Wow.
Because I don't live in a HOA, but they literally told my husband that it's one big HOA, essentially, the whole town.
I subscribe to what is it? A Facebook that's for my local area.
Yeah.
Right? They'll get you one way or another because we don't live in an HOA, but they gave a number, an email address to contact city council if you've got cars parked in the drive and on and on
There's
and
a whole
on.
list. Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's like, well, I guess you just can't get away from somebody else's control, you know.
I know. I want to live in the country. That's where I grew up. We're trying to save to be able to do it, to get out there. But I mean, I was just talking about tillable land yesterday. An acre, price per acre, is supposed to be like 6,500 per acre, and it's going for 10 to 12,000 an acre right now.
Oh boy, imagine the price here.
Oh, right.
Oh boy, I haven't even looked, but it took my wife and I quite a long time to save up enough to get a down payment on this place and all that. So
Yeah.
to be patient, it'll come, but it takes time.
I wish we would have, because I've been married a long time now. I wish we would have just bought something, anything back then. Like if I could rewind and tell myself advice, just buy something.
Yeah, our circumstance was I was married prior, and as soon as I got remarried, 4 years after the divorce was over, all that's when the ex-wife came back in the picture and sued us 2 to 3 times a year to prevent us from being able to get our own piece of property. Yeah, she sued us into oblivion, man.
Oh, isn't he handsome?
Yeah, it's all about spite and malice and
Yeah, jealousy.
yeah, control. Yeah.
Hmm.
How dare I get married after I was divorced? 4 years later, or almost 5.
Right. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like let it go, let it go.
Yeah, some people just can't do that, man. Some people
No,
just can't do that. Yeah.
I got family like that.
That's where mine came from. Yeah.
Direct family. I mean, it's like, kids and they're
Mhm.
adults now, but it's like they can't let certain things go, and yeah,
Same. Yeah.
they they make things hard on people that just want things to be right.
Yep. I hear you. It's my story as well. Hence, I haven't seen my American kids in a very long time. Yeah.
You know.
And then after it was all over with, she sent me an email. This is all my fault. I'm sorry. It's like,
Oh,
there will be no more. I didn't answer it. I know better. Don't
no,
answer
no,
her
no, no.
email. Nothing.
That was a pity. That was a pity party. That's what that
Yeah.
was.
I'm sorry, but it's your fault.
Right?
Yeah. That kind of stuff.
I'll never hear that.
I was surprised I heard it, but she
Yeah.
was waiting for me to say something in writing and file another lawsuit.
Yeah.
But here soon, guys. Let's see. What's today's date? Yeah, 2 days from now, we're getting in that big airplane. Getting out of here.
It's a good deal.
Yeah. At least the new place over there has got high fences and blocking gates and stuff like that. Stay out, stay out. Everybody out.
Yeah, I want 100 acres, and I want it all fenced in with some of that fencing that the military puts around their
Oh, yeah.
bases.
Mhm, mhm.
Concertina wire on the top and
I hear
electrify
you.
the fence, and
Trust me, I understand. Yeah.
cannons on turrets that spray pepper spray.
Mhm. I just wish I lived near Shawnee so I could terrorize her just to get her attention.
Ha ha ha.
Uh, just to irritate her. She looks too happy all the time. We got to do something about that.
Oh, jeez.
Mm. Mm.
Oh no, we can't. This day and age, we can't have anyone happy.
Can't have smiling
No.
people. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. Let's see if I can
Did you have a topic, Barry?
Not
I
really.
didn't check
No.
the description. Okay.
shoot the shit.
Right.
Like I said, I got up way too late, and I had like an hour to. The cats, I don't know. They kept. I know it was cold. I know they're gonna snuggle up to wherever it's warm, but I just felt crowded, and I really couldn't get comfortable. Every position, I felt a pain I didn't feel before.
Mm.
It's like I'm almost completely healed up, but still places where it's like a little tender, and it's like can't get comfortable. Finally,
Barry, the more gray hair you get, the more pain you feel. You know how it is.
yeah, I know. Thanks for that. Thanks for reminding me.
Uh-huh. Mhm.
Just I've got the let's see which way. Yeah, you can't see it. See that blue down there? Bless you,
Yeah.
Bob. That's a cot.
Uh-huh.
It's actually a camping cot,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a little bit more comfortable than I expected because it comes with a pad that's like makes it comfortable. So
So this is your new place you're in right now?
no,
This
no.
are still okay. Good.
It's a junky old place because I've got there's no fridge down there for one thing. So till I get a fridge, then I'll be probably eating out of a cooler. So
Yeah.
and then two, when I cut the electric off here, it's got to cut electric to the internet. So I don't know how long it'll take them to transfer everything over to the other house. So I may have to go without internet for a few days and just rough it.
Does this new place have a working wood stove? I hope.
Well, there's one there, but I don't like the looks of it.
Uh,
You know those barrel stoves?
yeah.
I don't like no.
Oh,
You get them cherry red, boy, they are dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
So they work for some people, but for me, I don't want to take that chance in a mobile home. So
Yeah, I get that.
I'm going to use my Big Buddy heater,
Mhm.
and probably one of the bathrooms is going to have an electric heater, but it's going to be on its lowest setting. Just keep it comfortable in there.
Yeah.
I love my Big Buddy heater. That thing is amazing. Now I wish I had bigger tanks. If I had bigger propane tanks, that would be great. But what I did was they're about $60 for a new tank of propane, and then after that it's only like $20 something to exchange it for a full one. They're only 15 pounds. So okay, Tonette, thank you for coming in. Have a great day over there. So the buddy heater's already down there, but both the tanks are up here. Oh no, they're down there too, but they have to be exchanged.
How long does one tank last you when you're running it?
About 7 days, I believe.
Oh.
Hey, there's Kentucky Goblin.
Aw.
David Corey with crop.
Hey, David.
David.
Hey, Randall.
Hey.
Sunny over there.
Yeah, it is. Come right through the window.
You caught me before I have to leave. I have to go in 20 minutes. Pick up my oldest.
Well, I'm not gonna be in there that long, so
Yeah.
I got some things. Yeah, I thought I'd drop in for a little bit.
Oh.
What we talking about? Nothing.
Everything.
Well, that encompasses there a whole lot of stuff on it.
We started out with weather stuff. We covered not using people like, and I'm not dissing them, but not using people like Ryan Hall for your alerts.
No,
Use weather
please don't.
radio.
Please don't. Now you're
And I did mention that I think that Ryan Hall and a lot of them weather YouTube channels need to have a big disclaimer on their page, because people I've read the comments in the chats, and people are relying on him for, am I going to die right now? Give me that information now. The internet has delays. That's what I covered. The internet has delays. Have a NOAA weather radio, or just that AM FM radio that runs off batteries, because seconds count when the weather's bad. And you don't want to be counting on the internet, because a lot of times if there's bad weather, the internet is laggy.
Yeah,
Even
you're
this
better off-
fiber. Even this
better
fiber.
off. You're better off looking at your local weather TV station than anything else, really. But besides the radio,
Yeah.
Also, don't. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to diss him too much. Only that.
No, he knows his shit. He does. He knows his stuff. The thing is, you've got. I understand YouTube is entertainment for a lot of people. It is for me.
Yeah.
I don't have a TV. I refuse to have a TV.
Yeah, I hear you.
But I'm not going to rely on, somebody who's telling me information over a YouTube channel, just for the fact that, like I said, there's delays, and you don't want, you can't afford a 2 or 3 second delay or a 5 minute delay, because sometimes that happens. Sometimes you get a 5 minute delay over the internet.
He
You know,
put-
we
he
are,
he puts
we
good
have,
stuff, decent stuff out, but I still wouldn't want to.
in America, we have taxed our internet. We are pushing the limit. And until we come up with a plan to figure out how we can distribute the internet evenly to everybody, we're going to have congestion. It's a given, you know. So relying on the internet solely for your safety is a bad idea.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, and Shawnee showed showed a weather radio that she has. She's got the more advanced Midland, and that's what I think people, you know, probably should stick to, because
And I got 2, 3 laying around here that I also got one I use now. A little black, and it's a Midland. It does pretty well.
there's 2 channels. There's 2 channels that I've caught up with that, you know, they just came up in my feed, and I think they might be on the spectrum. So I'm not gonna say anything negative about it, but
Yeah.
they had this room, like all the way around the room was weather radios, and they were all set to go off, and they just like all of a sudden, beep, 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 you know, all
Holy
this noise.
cow.
And I'm like, oh shit, I couldn't handle that.
Yeah.
One radio jump you out of your skin, you know.
Wait a second.
Yeah, and you know, cell phones can be delayed as well. So cell phone towers maxed out too. They really are in a big metropolitan area like Lexington or Danville, Frankfurt, Louisville. They're maxed out. You're jumping from, you know, you jump between 2 different frequencies, 2 different bands, from 900 megahertz to like 5 gigahertz to 2.4 gigahertz, because the congestion, you know, is just that bad. There's so many people using devices that were maxed out, and they need to come up with a way that they can distribute it more evenly.
It nothing beats a good old fashioned radio for your emergency use. You know,
Well, Bob
if
knows
you
from
depend
being
on
in the Air
internet
Force,
too much, and
you can't outrun a radio.
this is
You're muted,
well,
Bob.
yeah, that's true.
You're right.
You know.
You can run all you want, just
I
die
mean-
tired, you know.
Yeah.
They have their uses, but not in that aspect. You know, for emergency use. I wouldn't want to put my trust in it. I've watched those 2 channels a little bit, just here and there, but I don't. If he's all that good, why don't he have a job with the meteor, some TV station or something? That's what I'm wanting to say. That's all I gotta say about it.
And
I mean,
like we said, he's good. It's just I just want people to understand that don't rely on them for seconds count kind of thing.
Well,
but
it's all right to
nice
start to see how they,
about,
you know,
go ahead.
You keep track on things. That's about all it's amounts to. You know, keep track on a certain storm, what have you, certain situation, and let it go with that. But
Passamaquoddy, you're never late as long as you're here. That's all that counts. Sorry I'm late.
Only if you're late for dinner. That's where we draw the line at. If you're late for dinner, then
13 tornado alerts. Oh my God. In Florida.
Yeah. I'm looking at something from FEMA right now on Associated Press channel. They just gave a briefing an hour ago. Oh boy. Listening to it right now.
And what else are we talking about? Are we talking about Shawnee any at all, or we're just
A little
kinda
bit.
letting her go for right now? We don't want to
Little
pick on her too much.
Just a little bit. Talked about
If we
Shawnee.
pick on her too much, she might get offended.
You missed the show and tell, Randall. You'll have to do the replay in the beginning.
Heck on it!
Yeah, there was a show and tell
Oh,
segment.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta
Alrighty
watch the
then.
replay, everybody.
Oh,
The
well.
daytime show and tell at that.
Yeah,
hmm
I was impressed.
We're high tech here.
Okay. Well, daggone it.
I did end up getting that because it's called Prime Day deals or something now, Bob. That light you talked about, I totally ordered it. That
Which
solar
light was
one.
it?
It's
Oh,
solar and it kind of has
cool.
like a funny shape, and it's
Mhm.
gonna be outside on my garage.
Yeah,
And we can
cool.
bring it in. Yeah.
Mhm.
What kind of show and
Yeah,
tell
good for you.
is
Yeah. Like I
Is
said, any of those things that I show on my channel, I know it works, or else I wouldn't have anything to do with it. You know.
Yeah.
Well, give me a brief overview of your show and tell, Shawnee.
So on
'Cause you got me.
Saturday night,
I'm
our
intrigued.
our Saturday night temperatures are going to be 27 degrees Fahrenheit, which means it is below freezing. It will kill heat-loving crops. So that's your tomatoes, cucumbers, peppers, squash, pumpkins, ground cherries. So I showed my haul from here because I still have that garden here.
Oh,
And then I have to go out to the offsite garden in the next 2 days and pull everything that is going to get hit back to my house. And then I can show that on another live of somebody's. Who knows who it will be?
oh, that's what
Whoever
you
I'm on
said,
with.
Mhm.
I don't do my channel yet.
I'm glad you told me that's what it was all about. Now I don't have to look back at the replay.
And then I showed my weather radio because we were talking about being aware of your local weather and not just relying on,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
Well,
temporal transmissions.
hey, temporal transmissions, welcome.
I have to tone it down a little bit then, since it wasn't what I thought it was. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I brought my plants in, but I didn't show and tell that. So you missed. You didn't get to see that.
Well, okay.
I
Oh,
thought
well.
somebody I thought someone was sitting out here with one of those, thumping stereos, but it turns out it's Gene over here, my neighbor. He's got someone with a bulldozer across the road from him, and it's going forwards and backwards, and it's going boom, boom, boom. And it kind of reminds you of these car stereos that are millions of watts of power just for
Mhm.
bass that rattles the windows.
He's cleaning that place up pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
He tore that building down, and he set on fire.
Yeah, I caught that on video. I was flying the drone and I pointed it over in that direction.
He burned it to the ground.
South Florida Sunshine did have a tornado warning, but I don't know any other details other than that. If you've heard from
Well,
Carol.
yeah.
And then the hit tonight is when it hits land, I think. Milton.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. Yeah.
I don't
Late-
see her.
late-
I haven't seen any more messages from her, but the last video that she put out today was live. And
It was a really
They were-
good live. You guys should watch it.
it was, she put up shutters and everything, got the shutters put in. So,
Well, I hope she fares pretty well. I don't know where she's at located, if she's in the path of it or whatever, but
1
I
a.m. Okay.
I don't think anyone in Florida is really going to be
no.
safe from this, because the way it was looking,
They're
it's
not
on
gonna
the west coast of Florida right now.
Oh,
and
I don't know. I mean, okay, tell me if I can't talk about this. So if you look at, I have to find the information. Here it is. So if you look at Tampa, Florida, and you look at what's in Tampa, Florida, and that's where like the eye's gonna hit, right? It's the United States Central Command Center.
yes,
And they don't
That's
have
what-
any kind of flood walls up or anything. If you look at the 3D imaging on the maps that we have access to, it's going to get wrecked. So, like, if they had any kind of missions overseas that they were supposed to be eyes about, their command center is going to be down.
That's where the space command. Cape Canaveral and all that's right in that pass there.
Nice,
I think.
nice.
Just saying.
Mhm.
I guess he won't be sending nothing to the space station here. You think it's a little windy, Bob? I don't know, Joe. We might send it up anyway. Send it rocket up. It'd be going. I don't know. It's a bad situation down there, and two, it's all low lying area, and there's no,
The whole state of Florida.
there's no place
The
to
whole
go.
state of Florida
Yeah,
is like 90 feet above sea level, and that's it.
yeah. There's no place to go.
Uh-huh.
It's a.
I'm going to play this.
Mhm.
I'm going
Go
to play a
ahead.
few minutes of this. I know she doesn't mind.
Go ahead.
Storm. We are on the East Coast. I still have to, of course, get my son's stuff, our patio stuff off. We put like all my orchids that are breakable. We put those in our shower. And let me see if I can. There we go. I don't know if I can see the chat. Anyway, we put all our orchids in our shower because they're in breakable pots, a lot of them. But we're watching it shrink, which is great. We're watching it slow down, which is wonderful. Please continue to pray for the west coast of South Florida. We are very concerned for them. They have already went through Helene, and all the reports are scaring. I'm sure everybody, many have fled. If you've seen the news, you've seen what is going on their way out of Florida. So just keep us in your prayers. We also in our county right now, Palm Beach County, we've had tornado. I don't know if they've touched down, but they've had systems, like 3 different systems out west of us, of tornadoes trying to form already before the system even gets here, before Milton even gets on land. And that is a major concern. And when you have a very large hurricane like Milton, as far as 4 or 5, there are usually tornadoes that it sets off before it even gets to land. There's tornadoes around its base
Happening right now.
and things like that. So yeah, have us in prayer in that way, for all the tornadoes that are going to start before the storm even gets here.
Oh,
But I can't stay live because
you
I've
can
got to
see
get
her.
back to putting more things
You can
away.
see her shutters, and also Shawnee just said that
Yeah.
Carol is live from the store.
Because all we've been getting is tons and tons of
But,
rain.
I was looking at some of those same type of storm shutters for my place overseas online, just getting the price estimation. Yeah.
Yeah, I
she's got
think
them
that's
installed.
wonderful.
Mhm.
Yeah.
She also mentioned
Yeah.
things in that live, like having food that's ready to eat, like your granola bars that you don't have to cook, because that first couple hours of power out is kind of I don't want to say it's a panic moment, but it kind of
Mhm.
is, you're not adjusted yet to it. To
Yeah.
have something in plan for your lighting, she talked about, and having a water plan.
yeah. Yeah, definitely. I'm trying to load her live, but it's not really
It
going to
glitched
let
and
me. I don't
stopped
think.
on my phone. I had to get out of it.
Oh, okay. So it.
I might have to
all
just
right.
watch the replay. I think it's on her end. I can't believe
Yeah.
she's at the store right now.
Well, yeah.
I can't
Probably
believe
trying to get. Oh, she did. She had to restart. I think she made another one. Let
Okay.
me see. Is it
I just
showing?
heard of
Yeah.
people
Okay. She's
talking
driving.
about the stores being empty on Sunday. The bread aisle was
She.
empty. The water was empty.
Oh my gosh.
The fuel.
The toilet paper all.
That's
Yeah.
yeah.
Toilet
whatever.
paper and fingernail polish. That's what I've got stored away.
Yeah. I love the fingernail polish. I don't think I've heard that. Oh, now we're in the car.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been
So here
working for a
she
lot
is.
of years.
Before
Uh,
in 2020 when I was still taking care of my mom, driving right next to a
She's sharing a story. Okay.
It's unbelievable out on the roads right now. So if you are not from Florida and you do not absolutely have to get out to get something, stay home. Floridians who have been born and raised here, or even raised here, I've been raised here since I was 8 years old, are used to driving in tropical storm weather. We're used to this. If you're not, then please stay home. I don't know what is going on with YouTube's lives, but it is for some reason not going live when I do go live, if that makes sense. It is going, it's not public immediately. So this is okay. I'm going to make it public when I get home or get to a place where I can. I just want to take you along and let you see what it's like before a hurricane for a South Floridian. And we are on the East Coast, so we're not getting it as bad. Like, we're going to be okay. I have no idea why this is doing this. It's really not.
I would venture to say that they are probably just the towers are probably overwhelmed.
I imagine.
Yeah.
A little bit of coffee warm up.
So that may be why she's having so much trouble. Okay.
But in case we lose complete power in the area, I want to make sure that we have what we need, and that's
Yeah, it's not synced up.
that I know we were missing was that particular allergy medicine is all my son can really take. Most of them make him neurotic because of his special needs. So right now, I'm heading into Cuckoo Land, which is, Walmart. And we'll see how it goes. I don't even know if they'll turn me away, because last time during a storm, they had to close, for their people. Their people had to go. Yep, we got RVs in the parking lot right now for people who have fled the West Coast. We have, it looks like a lineman's truck or two here ready to mobilize. I'm seeing, quite a few RVs. 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Bless her. I hope they come out okay on the other end. Guys still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Stupid fill check. Oh, crap.
Is it not working at all now, Randall? This
My
morning, it's nothing cold.
My bottom half is working semi. I'm just going to let you know.
You gonna go today and get one, or what's the plan here?
That's not going to be today.
Okay.
Hey, it's cold. Dead Aquarius.
Hey,
Sucks, but one thing it's another.
what's going on here?
Trying to say.
Show
Uh-oh. Back again.
I done messed up. Hold on.
They've had somebody's echoing. Hello.
I can't talk if I'm muted. StreamYard isn't agreeing with his phone for some reason.
Oh, we got that echo thing again, huh?
Yeah.
They don't like.
All right.
They don't like.
I'm gonna go and see if I can spill some coffee into me and onto this phone, and just hang back. Y'all have fun. Watch out for.
Why don't you leave and then come back in?
Oh no, I think this was a mistake. I need more coffee. Hey, y'all be good.
Okay,
Alright.
they're all said.
Uh,
Yeah,
I'm
sometimes
gonna
the
get
talk.
some coffee, so I'll be right back, y'all.
I've got 6 minutes and then I'm out of
Okay.
here. And then if I come
Oh
back home,
no!
when I come back home, if you're still here, I'll try.
What can we accomplish in 6
In
minutes,
6
Shawnee?
minutes,
There's
we have
nothing we can
important
do.
things to discuss. I want to hear it.
Now you've got my brain locked.
I know. I know.
Pressure. I don't handle pressure well. Well, yeah, I'm about to get another damn refrigerator. Excuse my language. If it ain't one thing, it's another. Every time you turn around, right when you think you got a couple of dollars, you muted, Bob.
Yeah, we've been working hard here at my house for years so that we don't have to go out at that, get that last minute stuff. Everything, I've got everything, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got pretty much everything. I don't have enough food, emergency food for back what you might say emergency, but I don't have enough of that. But everything else, I got everything to cook it on and stuff,
That
Yeah.
last hurricane that went through Helene, I heard all the stories of the lines in the stores, and I am not a line gal. I do
Oh
not
God, yeah, I
want to
know.
be in a
I
line.
know.
So even if you're not super prepared, but you know something's coming 5 days in advance,
Yeah.
that's the day, and
Yeah,
then
that's
stay
it.
home.
Yeah.
You know.
Mhm.
Yes,
Yep.
exactly.
Yep.
And I did do that just when that was coming through Kentucky and all that. I did when I knew it was coming. I went and told everybody. I said, "Hey, y'all better be getting you some stuff put up. We're gonna
Yeah.
get you enough."
Right now, I'm getting containers together to keep our dry goods, our dry food.
Totes.
Uh,
Some totes.
yeah,
Plastic
yeah,
totes.
5-gallon buckets and some plastic
Yeah,
totes.
something like that. Yeah.
All of our dry food is not on the first floor. They'll
Yeah.
give you an indication, but I'm going to double it up and make sure that it's all put in some kind of plastic containers. But
Because
that's
your goal is to keep moisture and rodents and bugs and things out, is what you're getting at.
Mainly,
right.
mainly rodents. Maybe
Yeah.
if you got any dry food like flour, rice, whatever, they'll get into it if you ain't got it in something.
Lots of pasta, lots and
And
lots.
folks, you don't need 10 years of toilet paper. So don't be like you were back in 2020. All right.
Yeah.
Uh,
Get you a couple of the comedy size rolls and put them up, and don't even forget about them.
If you're worried about it, just get you a 36 roll.
Yeah,
You know?
something like that. You're gonna be okay. You can wipe your butt with. You'll be okay.
If you trust your family member, just drag the water hose into the house for a day.
Well, that's how we do it. Overseas, most people don't have toilet paper. I learned how to sit on the toilet and wash yourself off with soap and water right on the toilet. So
Yeah.
it ain't hard,
Or use your family members' articles of clothing.
Your wife's new curtains. The wife really loves that. Yeah.
And washcloths, real nice clean washcloths.
Yeah.
Grab them out.
Her old wedding dress, that old wedding dress. Just put that in there.
Her favorite blouse, whatever. Wipe yourself with them. Cut it in 2-3 places. That way you can use it several times.
Just listen to Randall and I. We will teach you how to win friends and influence people.
And piss off your wife.
Just remember your wife's handbag can be used as a portable toilet, and her old wedding dress can be used as toilet paper. So,
yeah. I told mine. That's been a long time ago. I was in the bathroom.
There you go.
So something I don't know, I'm interrupting, I'm sorry, but something we
Yeah.
keep on hand, this stays on the shelf. It's milk. And it's in the size where if we open this, we'll be able to consume it if we don't have refrigeration.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
given
Thank you. Because I have wondered about that milk.
So this one's good. And then the other one is, it's at the dollar store and it's called Modern Pantry, I think. It's a whole milk carton. That's a good one too, but it's a carton. What am I going to do with it after I open it? I want to be able to use what I open within an X amount of time without a fridge.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
If you need milk in your life, because I don't want powdered milk. Okay, I don't.
I got powdered milk in the building in storage, or just put back in case it comes in handy. But I'll drink it if I had to, but to bake with whatever. But I don't know.
I am going now. Bye.
Okay, bye bye.
Okay. Have a great
Bye-bye.
day. Thank you
Bye
for
bye.
coming in.
Have a good day.
Much love. Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't gonna get too much done today. I ain't gonna get too much done at all today. I got church and everything tonight, so I ain't gonna. I'm just gonna weed eat my house, around my house after a while. I was gonna mow, but I ain't gonna have time for that today.
Show it again, Bob.
These are handy. I'm gonna see about getting a whole bunch more. It's a dehydrated potato. So you just add some water, add hot water
Yeah.
and serve it. Yeah, we tested these out, and these are pretty good. I've eaten them quite a few times.
Oh yeah, I get this stuff in a pouch, family
In a
size,
pouch. Mm-hmm.
and it lasts me like 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
Because I love mashed potatoes anyway.
Yeah, one of these is a serving for my dinner example. For me, a
Yeah.
big guy, that's one serving right there.
Well, you can take stuff like that and ramen noodles. It comes
That's
in,
what we got.
in them little cups, or
Mm-hmm.
or you can get that one's got in the packages, whatever. I like them cups are good. You get a thing of them, man, or 2, 3 trays of them, and just put them up.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. It'll last.
I last year, every pension I would buy one container. I think it's one 5-gallon container for just tap water. I got a bunch of those put away. It's just right there. So that if your water gets contaminated, well, just go breaking one of those open and cook it. Or whatever you need to do with it. Wash up.
There's all kinds of little things you can do. I mean, especially when you're on a budget and you can't afford all these freeze dry special emergency foods that they sell. It's good. Go ahead.
What I store away is what we eat every day.
Yeah.
So I know it's good. I know the flavor is good. Reliable. So I don't have like the MREs. I don't have that. I've just got what we eat every day, and I get my pension on the first of the month, and I pick up a few extra cans every month and just put them away. So that's how I've been doing this for a long time. Not bragging, but just it's only smart if you can do it.
I'm good for beans.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm really good for beans.
Yeah, I got a bunch of that. You put it in totes, get them plastic totes at Walmart or whatever, and put them in there and seal them up good.
Yep.
They'll keep.
Yeah.
They'll keep. You got a nice dry area to store them in, where it can't get moisture or whatever. They'll last for a long, long time.
Yeah, I got a big plastic tote and some 5-gallon buckets sitting in the house, just waiting for me to go upstairs and put the pasta. I believe in noodles, man, because noodles are kind of like rice and potatoes. It's a staple. Mix it. Yeah. I've tried slicing up like spam and cooking up a batch of noodles and dump the spam in there and mix it all up, and man, you got what you need.
Yeah, you got to experiment with them and see what goes good with everything. Yeah, spam, that canned ham and stuff like that. You can buy cheap canned ham.
Yep.
Meat's meat. You know.
Have you ever just stuck a whole slab of spam into the oven and baked it?
No, I've never done that.
Get a little crispy around the edges. Oh my god!
Oh yeah, I like it like that. Yeah.
Yeah. It did last me a couple of days because I can't. That's a lot of sodium, and I can't sit and eat one block of spam in one sitting. But spread it out a couple of days, man. Right along with those beans. It's really good with those beans. I'm telling you, just
No, y'all's not changing the subject. You talking about going to the stores and stuff during an emergency? Golly,
Oh boy,
I
I,
cannot
I,
stand that.
I try to avoid that kind of stuff. Mm-mm. No, sir.
Uh, I don't know. Some people were paying attention evidently because there's a lot of people buying stuff, before Helen come in, Helene, whatever you want to call it, that storm.
Uh-huh.
But nobody wasn't that many, but it was still hit you. And just imagine what it would have been if it had been, you went the day before or something. It'd been like, God.
Yeah, there's
Oh,
another item that I'm going to be stocking up on, not only totes and things like that, but they sell bundles of kindling wood that's already pretty dry, and I've got that paint can stove we can cook on top of outside, and that'll be a next project. I'll run that kindling through the bandsaw, and then uh, all my paint can stove wood, it's scrap wood. I'm gonna drop it into some wax so that, and I store it out in the shed,
Mm,
so that no matter how damp it gets, it can rain on that stuff and it's not going to bother it at all. It'll just stay dry just like it is.
to answer your question, Pastor McQuaddy, no, I haven't cooked anything down there just yet because the power's still on up here and I don't want to pay 2 bills. So no, I've not cooked anything down there yet, but I'm just tickled to death that I have a stove again. Because the last one decided to kill itself. No, I think a mouse probably got in there and chewed the wires and they touched and shorted out. So no, I haven't cooked anything down there yet.
yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I've always done in the past. Back in 2000, you remember the big Y2K scare?
Mm-hmm.
We had 5-gallon buckets of rice and beans and whatnot, and that's what we used was bay leaves, and it does work. She also want to make sure that you put those supplies in something like a bag or something can't be compromised, and then put it down in your bucket or your totes because an extra layer of protection.
Yeah, I got most of my canned goods. I welded up a great big box for those, so that, and it's locked. The real important stuff is locked up, so even the family can't get in there because my wife was getting into these little cup of noodle things, and she bought a couple of cases, and pretty soon they're disappearing. It's like, no, just trust me. And if you need more of those, go to the store and get them. But we want to put up some of that stuff and keep it. Oh, I thought it was for daily use also. No. Hands off. My daughter was raiding that stuff. So was my wife. And like, you might think of me as a dick, but I'm going to make sure that we have some of that on hand. So I'm going to weld some.
You'll thank me later. You'll thank me later.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You'll thank me later. Yeah, it's. I just put it away and just forget about it.
Yeah, me too.
It's not even getting enough thought. Yeah. Well, I mean, you don't forget about it, but you just,
have a look at it once in a while, make sure nothing's gone bad. Yeah, that's all I do.
Yeah.
God, was she get done with that work over there?
Oh, she was just rotating it. That's what Duncan said. She was just rotating it for you, Bob.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Rotating.
You gotta rotate
you do.
Like, yeah.
You do to a certain degree. You do, have to go back and check that stuff and maybe use some of it and then replace it.
Yeah.
I have a hard time with that.
It was a rental, so there was a lot of things I could not do. I didn't have very much space, but once we got in here, it's like, okay, now I can go,
Yeah.
Yeah, well, with the population density here in the Seattle area, being out on the highway is the last place I want to be.
Yeah.
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 I was
your interstates to be all clogged up.
yeah.
Go ahead, Randall.
I was thinking about something I watched was last night or yeah, it's the one I usually watch. He mentioned something about Washington State that he didn't really go in detail about it, but he did say people should start preparing themselves.
Yeah.
Washington State, that's where you're at, Bob. Ain't it?
Yeah. I've been doing this for a long time.
He didn't elaborate too much on it. He just was kind of off the cheek mentioned because he's in the government. He is in the government. I already checked that out.
Mhm.
But it
Yeah.
doesn't tell what he does.
Mhm.
I know Mason. I think he's more or less like a scientist or something like that. He looks at the weather and atmospheric stuff and space anomalies and keeps track of all that and different other little things. But he's been spot on every time he's said something like that. He was talking about Helene long, at least a week before it come. At least a week. He said it was going to be bad. But he said there was 3 high pressure systems forming back. With a high pressure system, the way he said it, it will keep those storms from going too far inland. He said they're starting to form back. And depending on, he says, depending on where they're located at, that guides that storm.
Uh-huh.
So Helene, he said that there was no high pressure system. Absolutely not. And that low, it allowed that low pressure just to take that storm right up the middle of the country.
Yeah. Yeah, I was watching that. When it went through the Carolinas and then into Tennessee, it looks like it didn't stop until it hit that mountain range. Then it finally slowed it down, and then it dumped water on the high elevation, and down it goes.
That's why, Barry, it turned. That's why it turned and come back around again.
Yeah.
Like he's talking about, he said that there was a high pressure system there.
Wow.
And it turned it. Just like it was, the way he put it was just like it was protecting an area.
Yeah. A very important area.
But he said that normally you get 1 high pressure system. There's 3 forming right now. He didn't say where they were at. But I thought it was kind of weird, and I thought I'd mention it. He did talk about Washington State just very briefly.
Yeah.
Very briefly. It could be earthquake,
Yeah, volcanic. Because I'll tell you what, what is it, Mount Adams or Mount Baker? Wife and I watched just a little bit of local news, and well, guess what? They recently installed a whole bunch of brand new seismic activity detectors around Mount Baker. But nothing to worry about to the public.
I'll send.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
There's another guy reposts his stuff on YouTube, but he doesn't have a YouTube channel. He has his talks through his website.
Oh, okay.
And I'll send you the link. I'll put it in something and send it to you, whatever. But, I don't know if I even got it.
So, are either one of you familiar with Golden Pond?
The movie?
No, the location in Kentucky that ended up being called Land Between the Lakes. There's
No.
a story behind that. It's really heart wrenching, and I didn't know it until somebody sent a video in Messenger, and I think I sent. I'll send it to you, Bob, too. But I think I sent
Okay.
it to Randall in Messenger. I might play it. I don't know. I don't know how that. I don't know if I can get in trouble for playing it or not, but because it's not copyright, but it's somebody on YouTube, or not YouTube, Facebook recorded it. And that was in the storms back then. Now we're talking way back. I would have to play it again to get the dates, but there was a storm that came through and it washed everybody out of their homes.
Oh,
And
wow.
nobody came to protect them. Nobody came to help them. Nobody, same thing again, like we had in North Carolina.
Yeah.
But way back. And it was her relatives. Somebody had a newborn baby that
Oh,
didn't make it.
I heard something about that. A YouTuber was talking about it. Yeah.
And
I
they
heard it,
put
yeah.
the poor child in a jar, mason jar,
Mhm.
let it float down the river. Well, technically it was a flood. And the child was picked up, oddly enough, at the grace of God, picked up
Oh,
at a
wow.
cemetery.
I
And they
kicked
buried
myself
that
off.
child in a grave that was unmarked.
Wow.
It wasn't until recently that they were able to. Yeah, Pastor McQuarrie posted that. It wasn't until later on they finally gave the child a name and a gravestone and everything.
Yeah.
But there was this. It was odd that well, not odd. I mean, we know God had something to do with it.
It does.
That child's remains ended up at that cemetery. But
Well,
she goes into detail about how her mom or her grandmother's got a book that chronicles the whole flood and everything. One dam held up, the other one somehow just busted loose. Yeah. Somehow. Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
what I've been doing is keeping a look at. I want to urge anyone who's listening. There's that gap, that time gap from at the end of the event until help arrives, and it seems so far most of the areas was 9 days. So if you can put away enough food and water and what you need for about 9 days, you're going to be better off, But yeah, just fill that gap. Fill that gap. I noticed that I don't watch much of the news, that a little bit of local, but I'm watching privately owned YouTube videos, and it seems about 7 to 9 days. And but the first to start gathering stuff were neighbors, and they started
Put it.
getting a few. Yeah. It
I
was.
put
Yeah,
I put in the
okay.
private chat
Okay. Thank you,
website.
Randall. I'll keep. Yeah, I got that right here. Okay. Thank you.
You look at how you've been spot on about stuff. Go ahead, Bob. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, I'm watching one young man. I think he's in Tennessee, I think, but it took him over a full day of chainsaw work just to get his private driveway cleared so they can get out. When he gets out to the main road, he's showing both directions of the main road. Big trees, big oaks and stuff like that, just down all the way. I think he worked for 3 days and nights to just chainsaw clear enough to get his four-wheeler out. Then when he got down the hill, the roads are gone. The roads are gone. So yeah, he's got his wife stays in the house and takes care of their young child, and he's out there chainsaw every day, all day long, you know. At least he's got something set up to where his wife will be in the house taking care of the child and cooking for him. So he
Yeah.
can go back home, get something to eat, get warmed up, dried off, and go back out and saw.
Yeah. When you go on that website, Bob, you go to the over to the right. It says breaking news. Now that stuff right there, you're not going to hear nowhere else. And I don't know how he knows everything, but he does.
Okay.
You know, I tried to debunk him several times way back early. I can't find nothing.
Right on. Thank you for that.
You can take it for what you will, you know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's like anything else, you know. But he's been spot on so far, which is scary.
Mhm.
He knows something. He knows something.
Yeah. Thing is about Washington State is we're on that Pacific Rim of Fire.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
volcanic activity and earthquakes are always here.
Well, what is it? Is Mount Shasta pretty close to you or what?
No, down in Oregon or
Oh,
Nevada.
okay.
But we've got Mount Baker, Mount Rainier, and
Yeah,
Mount St.
Mount Rainier.
Helens, and they're all active volcanoes.
Mhm.
They're still active.
Yeah, he's talked about Mount Rainier several times.
It's still active. Yeah, and still has steam coming out of it and stuff like that. But they just put a bunch of brand new seismic recordings around Mount Baker, and they said, "Oh, it's no threat to the public." That's when I sat up and paid attention. Like, yeah.
When they tell you that, you better be paying attention.
You know how it is.
Yeah, they're not going to.
But
We don't.
Consistently here, almost every Thanksgiving, we have a major winter gale come through and tear this place apart. Comes right off the Pacific and tears it up.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's best for people to stay aware of their surroundings and pay attention to everything and all this and everything around you.
Yeah, you guys know I've been doing this on YouTube for a long time with the preparedness stuff. And one thing I get so tired of hearing that, with my home security and different things, I show what works and what I do. And the one comment I get so tired of hearing, I won't live like you do because you live in fear. It's like,
no, you don't.
Huh?
You don't live in fear.
No.
It's just you taking care of your property is what you're doing.
Yeah, just taking care of the family. Where we got a place here where all the family can gather up, and even my daughter, she's a vegan, and I got food put away just for her. I got food put away for the Filipinos, food put away for me. The only American in the bunch, and I mean that's only smart to me. But that comment kind of gets under my skin sometimes. Like, how dare you assume that my mental state,
See you later, Duncan. You're getting out of there.
All right, Duncan. Okay. Have a good day over there.
Later. Yeah.
I have to call.
If anything happens, the only thing I'll miss is my daily cup of coffee and those cute little baristas. Dang it.
Yeah, I think we can adjust, can't we, Bob? A little bit.
Yeah, I can handle it.
Oh, I got to get out here a little bit. I'm just going to weed it around my house. I ain't going to do nothing else today. I ain't going to have time.
Yeah, I'm going to call it at the top of the hour because I didn't want to go, an extra long time. But, and I have to call Atwood back about my truck that I returned.
Oh,
I'm still not seeing my deposit back yet. So
Yeah, I forgot about that, Bert.
I'd like to have a deposit back, and they've had days to do it.
Yeah, but you better keep on because they would like very much to keep that.
Well, I'm sure they would.
They're always, everybody's willing to take your money, but when they need to send it back, oh, well, we have you gotta send it through all these. Yeah, come on.
My dog has the password to the safe and this and that.
Mhm.
My dog ate my homework.
Yeah, yeah.
Charged.
Oh boy.
They charged me $213 for that. Some of that should be coming back to me, but I haven't said. The guy I talked to, I think it was yesterday, said, well, it should show up in an email. I'm trying to think back, but I don't recall her asking for an email. So,
Oh boy.
Oh, Barry, before not saying something on that refrigerator you was talking about, how big are freezer capacities that thing got? Because I'm it's just
well,
too.
the whole, the only way I could describe it is like the whole thing is 7 cubic foot, but you would have to divide that up. You know what? I'm just going to bring it back up.
Well,
And
what I was thinking about, Barry, it's just two of us here. I think we don't need no very big refrigerator,
Right.
for right now. But something like that would be great, if it's got plenty of freezer room. Well,
oh, okay. My bad. It was, I thought it was a 7 cubic, but it's 3.2. Let me bring it up here.
yeah, I was just curious. I mean, I'm just trying to weigh my options on a refrigerator and stuff. I don't want to get too big a one. Like I said, it's just two of us, and we don't need that much.
Okay. Dimensions are 20 by 20 by 34 inches.
It looks small, but
I know. Let's see. So the mini refrigerators of 3.5 cubic feet is 17.5 inches wide, 16.7 inches in diameter, and 34.2 high with 2 reversible doors. Mini fridge has 2 storage zones, a fridge zone and a freezer zone.
Okay.
Good enough.
So this top section is your freezer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too bad they don't show the inside of that more than that. But
I know, it's like the door. They just creep the door open a little bit.
we're gonna let you look at just barely.
Oh, here we go. There we go. If I can get
there's a picture.
If I can bring it up. The heck.
360 stereo cooling.
So it's a 1.2 cubic foot freezer. There's a better look at it.
Oh no, you wouldn't get much in there, would you?
Yeah, no.
If it's just for Barry, that'd be okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, right. Yeah, I'd be perfect for him.
Yeah.
I was trying to weigh my options, as it was, but that's too small for.
Yeah, I think sometime next year, I'm going to be taking some serious looks at solar power generator that I can plug the refrigerator into.
Yeah.
That's the Sharina, if you know her, she lives in Florida and she does a lot of shooting and stuff. She's a Middle Eastern gal, kind of husky. She's a bodybuilder, and she did a review of a generator that can be charged up with your car or solar. So I sent her a message. I said, I'm going to be looking for something like that next year for my refrigerator. And she says, well, this is not what you want. This doesn't have a long enough duty cycle in the batteries for a refrigerator. But, yeah, anything that I can find that I can plug the refrigerator in for maybe a half an hour or an hour a day will do me okay. But we do have a generator over here. It's my son's, and
Yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know whether I'm going to be able to get it done or not, but my plans are to just go all 12 volt.
Yeah.
And because you could get RV stuff,
Yeah,
12
that's true.
volts or multiple. You could be 12 volts and 110. So a more efficient system with 12 volts than I could with if I was trying to run inverters that step it from 12 volts to 110.
Yeah.
And can you imagine? I mean, how much money it would cost if you bought an inverter that could cover your whole house? I mean, it would just be astronomical. Just imagine your breaker box, but more of a in line with batteries instead. Like so, I thought about that, and I thought, the inverter is not the most expensive piece of equipment, but it's up there. The batteries are what really gets you.
Oh
Yeah.
God, yeah.
But you could. The way I look at it is, I don't want to run the whole house off of one system. I want
Right.
the rooms to have their own system,
Mm-hmm.
and then things that are vital, like a refrigerator. Maybe not so much my stove because it's 220. But there are ways to get around this, and you could use stuff that is 12 volts and 110.
Yeah, smart.
So, but the RV stuff, okay, you have to understand they're not going to be a huge, beautiful stove. It's going to be something a little bit narrow, a little tall, but a little narrow.
Yeah.
So that would have its own system. So you're looking at probably separating the solar and the batteries up. So you have a solar panel, you have a controller that controls the solar charge to that battery. The batteries need to be in the 100 amp hour range or higher. You can get by with, sometimes you can buy at a decent price, you can buy 200 amp hour batteries. But remember, every time you step up your battery game, you're having to step up your solar.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it can be done. And I was thinking, it is just me. Why am I paying the electric company every month $100 when I can,
True.
True.
because I match whatever is left over. I have prepay. So think of prepay electric as a prepay cell phone.
Mhm.
If
Right.
I don't pay $32 and my phone minutes run out, then I'm screwed. Well, it's the same way with electric. I could pay, I could either match whatever is left in my account because it carries over to the next month, or I put a little extra in there and have a little bit of breathing room. So let's say I could afford to put $100 on it. There's already $30 in the account. There's $130. That's over 30 days of electric. See where I'm going with this?
Yeah, I do.
You could have that electric, still pay it, but you wouldn't necessarily have to run it if you didn't want to. It's a good fallback. So you wouldn't be paying that much on electric when everything else is running off 12 volts. But it's a matter of, like, I could go on Marketplace and get all this stuff from people part out things from RVs all the time. The lights, LED lights are so flexible. They're so bright that you could get, you wouldn't have to necessarily get RV lights, because let's face it, unless you have about 6 of those in a room, you're not going to light your room up with that little rectangle light. Okay. I don't care if it is LED.
Yeah.
But you
You'd be
can get
surprised.
LED strips, the strips where they stick on the wall, or you can, you get creative.
I was glad to hear that Shawnee ordered a couple of those little lights that I showed the other day. I'm glad she's done that, because I tell you, fellas, that little thing, I put it in my family room, turned off all the lights, and then I walked in front of it, and it ticked on, and it lit up our whole family room. So it's like, yeah, I'm glad she learned something, man. That makes me feel good when people take a look and then pick up on stuff.
Yep.
She said that, those little, they have Red Cross thing. You plug them into your wall and they can be used for a recharger.
Mhm.
And then when the power goes out, a light comes on automatically. And they could also be a motion sensor for a light. But she got that tip from my channel too. This was the one thing I stand on is absolute honesty. If it works, I'll show it.
Yeah.
And I got that tip from a guy over in England. He had some of those. I was like, right on, man. Pass it on.
We all got different ways we're preparing, and
Mhm.
we can share it out there, and everybody learn from everybody, and ain't
Yeah.
nobody trying to up one on the other. We're just you're trying to get the word out, and
Mhm.
uh,
Be a positive person. I like those light strips. Those are cool.
These are
that's all you need.
You can get these in a roll at Walmart. I don't know how much, but this was stuck to the wall down there at the other house, so I just kind of peeled it off because I thought it was cool. But now these are fancy lights because they do actually change color. It just depends on how you've got the thing plugged in, because evidently, let's see, now I have red. These are RGB, which means red, green, and blue. So you're going to get, multiple colors, but they come in white. So now I can't get it back to technology. Anyway, these are kind of I don't like this adapter. This adapter is flimsy. That's why the light keeps changing color on me. But if you're going to, like in your kitchen, under the counters where the missus is going to be cutting stuff up.
Yeah.
You get the white ones and you put them under the counter and stick them to it. You don't see them until you need them.
Yeah.
Don't play with, oh my God. Yeah, go ahead.
Playtime. Yeah, look at that little crown.
He hardly ever plays, and it's good to see him playing, but he's going to destroy my lights. So stop. No, don't bite that. You want to get electrocuted? No, you go ahead, bite it and see how it feels.
Bite it.
I like seeing him in a playful mood, but it's kind of dangerous, buddy.
Yeah.
He hardly ever plays.
Yeah.
One good thing about my missus is anything to do with home security and being prepared. If my pension don't cover, I'll tell her what I want and how much it is, and she'll get on her phone and go, okay, it's there.
Yeah.
Go. Yeah, I've got someone who's on board inside the house here. I love that stuff, man. Because being prepared should be a whole family event.
It should be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be.
I hear some folks out there that say, well, my wife's not on board with it, so I can't do it. It's like, well, really? I feel sorry for you, man.
Are you not in control of your household? Are you not the head of the house?
Who wears the pants? Yeah.
Your wife would probably be saying, oh, I wish we had that, this and that. Oh, well.
Yeah, you should have thought of this before it happened. I could imagine,
Oh, yeah.
Toxic relationship, man. I don't like that stuff.
Yeah, my ex was halfway. She was kind of halfway into that frame of mind that we needed to be prepared, but she wasn't full on. So,
Some don't think of it that way. I mean, I don't know. I just think it's not really wasting. You're going to use it one way or another at some point. There's nothing wrong with it.
Battery powered fan. Well, that's good thinking. Yep. Anything you can get that'll make your life more comfortable in that between time, after the disaster and before aid arrives. Anything that can make your life more comfortable.
Because if you think the government's going to help you, just take a look at North Carolina. They'll tell you everything you need to know.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, that the power's not on down there, but I have that solar generator down there right now, and I've got these clamp lights.
Yeah.
And if I go down there at night, I can plug it in, turn it on, and I've got light.
Yeah.
I took the shield off. There's a reflector on it. I took the reflector off, and it lights the living room up pretty well. So
Yeah.
I can't say that I never got to use it yet. So I've actually used it now.
Now, I don't know the status of all my neighbors, but the fellow here, the one who wears the earbuds, we've had a few times when the power goes out here, and he's got a generator over at his place in his shed. As soon as our power goes off, I hear his generator kick on immediately. And he's got more home security stuff around his place than I do.
Oh, he's got a transfer switch then.
Yeah, he does. It kicks on right away. And I went, I was looking around his security systems and stuff, and like, that's a guy who's got his act together.
Now, Bob, we had to talk about this the stalking stuff. You got to stop that.
Yeah, I'm looking over his fence and stuff, man.
If I could share something, Barry, it's something that happened in North Carolina, and once you watch it, you're going to be pissed off. It's on YouTube. Let me share it.
I'm already pissed off about their situation, so it's not going to hurt anything.
Let's see, right here. Now you watch it. This is on another YouTube channel. Let me play it. Watch this helicopter play. A helicopter is doing that. A government helicopter.
Look what they did. Look what they did. Look what that helicopter did.
What did it do?
Oh my gosh.
That's what just wiped out a bunch
well,
of
they're telling you
survivor
weather weapons don't exist, bigot. Weather
supplies,
supplies and everything
that they were getting ready to dispute. Helicopter flew right over it and intentionally rotor washed it.
And get this,
knocked tents down, everything.
And get this, their transponder was turned off.
That's odd.
And there's two companies they were looking at. There was two companies they were looking at that possibly had something to do with it, and either one of them is saying, "We don't know anything about it."
Well, here I force fastened up to where it's
unmarked helicopter right there. That black unmarked helicopter is not a female helicopter. No. This helicopter is going to hover over a rescue organization full of volunteers with food and supplies and medical emergency kits, so they can get these out to the people in North Carolina. And this helicopter is going to prop wash them. Yep. How do I know it's a government helicopter? Well, I don't actually know if it's a government helicopter, but it's an unmarked helicopter. You go fly an unmarked helicopter around and see if you get away with it. Yeah, that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. No. The only people who are going to be flying around unmarked helicopters is going to be the government. And here's the helpful government. This afternoon, unmarked military-style helo flies into local distribution area and rotor washes and destroys supplies. This is incredible video. They had a meeting with all the parties involved, and they established it as a no-fly, no-drop zone. They're waving the dude off. They're like, "Get out of here! No, get out of here! No, don't land here! Don't land here! Go across the street." So they flew and they hovered around for a bit, and everyone's telling, "No, get out! No, don't land here! Don't land here! We got lots of stuff over here. We got lots of supplies. We got a whole bunch of stuff over here that we're trying to get out to these people trapped in this area and get them some help." But no. They then dipped down, performed a rotor wash, which seemed deliberate, then flew off, destroying a lot of the supplies that these volunteers have put together to help these people. It was unmarked. They were unable to zoom in and find out who was flying this thing.
I mean, it blows
things local community comes in and go, "Well, they shouldn't have done that. What do you want us to do?" "Well, get your own helicopter and arrest them." They're saying 40 minutes before this, two unmarked black SUVs, again running blue lights, rolled in, circled, looked around at everybody, and then left. And then the helicopter comes in and prop washes them. Insane. Look at that. Yeah. Look at this video right here. Oh, it's a nice stack of supplies that you got there. It'd be a shame if We helped you. Goodbye. That's just madness.
Sure.
That's just madness. So I'm sorry. First time in a helicopter, bro? First time in do you remotely understand at all how helicopters work? Oh, you do. So you're doing this on purpose then.
Shawnee,
Why?
If you get a generator, I'm in the market for one next year. Can you show or do kind of a review, of it? Because I'm in the market. I'm looking, just enough to run the refrigerator for an hour or two a day, whatever it might be. It's adequate for me. I'm solar,
Oh, okay. National Guard. Okay.
Yeah,
National
I
Guard.
was just
Yeah.
about to say what Passamaquoddy just said was they grounded the people who were involved in that flight. So
That's good. That's what they. That
but
was.
it still
that was
doesn't.
highly uncalled for. Yeah.
Yeah, it still doesn't recover what was lost,
Mhm.
and that's what pisses me off the most.
And there was no call for that, none whatsoever. He know what was going to happen when he done it. He intentionally wrote and watched it.
There should have been better communications and probably, had a pallet full of food sitting there waiting at a nearby location. Don't come to here. Don't really go south and pick it up at the football stadium or something like that.
Well, they know
Foolish.
they know where
Yeah.
And people think the government's going to help you. Yeah.
They told them, well, say they were already in a.
Wait.
Bless you. They were already in a no-fly zone. They were told not to be flying in that area, and
Foolish fools.
somehow those regulations don't pertain to them.
Rules for thee, but not for me.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought I'd share it with everybody. I know you said you're gonna get off at the top of the hour, so yeah, I got a few things I gotta get done here in a minute. So,
but one last thing, it'd be just like me if I took my drone over to Junction City where the airport is and flew around, knowing that the airport's there, putting aircraft in danger.
Yeah,
knowing that. Go ahead.
I can see the authorities telling these private drone owners, that don't fly there because we've got relief helicopters coming in. I could see that.
That was another thing, though. The drones did come in handy. There was a lot of people that were organizations who were using drones to deliver.
Oh, okay.
Materials to people who they wouldn't otherwise be able to get to. Even helicopters couldn't get in there. The drones were agricultural drones. They can pick up a lot of stuff because they're made to carry several gallons of pesticide and stuff like that.
Yeah,
they used them to carry stuff over across a gully to another place where there were people living. They were totally cut off.
I've seen places like that.
Amazing. I commend them. I commend them because who else was going to come and help them? Nobody.
It's like that fellow I was telling you about. I think he's in Tennessee, but he worked for days just to be able to get to the road, and he opened up his road, and he took his four-wheeler down the hill, and the road is gone. It's completely gone.
There was another area where they used long trailers like you pull behind and carry lawnmowers on, and they made their own road, dude. Their own bridge out of those trailers.
Smart.
Now
made their own Bailey Bridge.
No,
hello, Shawnee.
We're not going to see no wide ass trucks with big ass tires going across that bridge. It's going to have to be small pickup trucks and cars. But man, that's ingenuity. That's American ingenuity.
Or side by side can go across.
That's brilliant.
I mean, just having extra dirt and gravel in a pile on your property can come in handy when things get washed out,
Yeah. Yeah, please do. When you get a generator, Shawnee, post up or on one of these lives or something. So I'm in the market for one.
So I've got. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I just need enough to where I can plug it into the refrigerator for an hour or two a day and good to go.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
So my My
Don't
solar
have-
one is not here yet. It doesn't get shipped until the end of October, but that's the one that I'm excited to play with because then it's in the house,
Yeah,
you know?
I get
And
it.
it's one that I could power the freezer for I think 6 hours before it's dead.
That's perfect. Something
So,
like that is
and
what
it's
I
on
need.
sale right now.
Mhm.
It's on sale. So I'm gonna open it and see how it works, and then I can tell you guys about it. I did
Right on.
get a dual fuel generator that does propane and gas. We got
Mhm.
it put together, but we haven't been able to run it yet because
Yeah.
of work schedules and life schedules. So our goal either tonight or tomorrow is to put fuel in it, learn how to turn it on, run it for 10 to 30 minutes, whatever it tells us. There's like a specific amount of time. Plug something
Mhm.
into it to make sure it's putting output of power
Yeah.
and then learn how to shut it down. The
Yeah.
thing that we were talking about was okay, when you're using a generator, it usually means it's bad out. It's snowing, it's raining, etc. It needs to have some kind of protection from the elements because we are not able to do that switch where it's like hardwired to the house because this is a rental property. So I said they make a cover, like a tent. It's $150 for that. And we said, I don't think we need to buy the fitted tent cover. So then we looked at, do we just have something built like 4 pieces of wood and a cover to just here we go, you know? And he goes, yeah, we could do that. The other option is we do have a canopy that folds and opens like at the farmer's market. And so we have to decide, do we want to lug the canopy out to put over the generator because then we're covered too? Or do we want to have this wooden frame built? We have to figure that out.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, we're lucky in that respect that I've got a generator right over there. It's my son's generator. And I labeled all, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? And it's his in that big box by the air compressor. And we haven't started it up yet. I will admit to that because it's his.
Okay.
Now I went through the instruction manual and I labeled all the levers, what they do.
Yeah, there's a
And
choke. Yeah.
yeah, and um, we do have a gazebo outside and it's on wheels. So
Oh.
what I've got to do though one day is coordinate with him and have him help me roll it in the backyard, fill it with gas, and it's dual propane and gasoline, and start it up. And but I'm a little apprehensive because of the quality of the darn gasoline. You know how that stuff turns into a lacquer no matter what you do. It seems to plug up the carburetors, even if you run it dry and drain it. I've seen so many videos where they've done that and it still clogs up, you know.
Hello,
So
B. How you
Correct.
doing, B?
Yeah,
yeah.
when you put fuel in it,
Mhm.
even if you use the stabilizer that's supposed to be top notch, you've got
Yeah.
to use it up. It can't be sitting in there for 6 months. They
Yeah.
don't recommend that. They recommend
Mhm.
running your generator, every 3 months at least.
Yeah, that's what I've seen a lot of videos about it from private people. Run it dry, and then this one's got a little drainage, so you can drain anything that's left inside the tank. And so, fingers crossed. One day, if I can coordinate with my son, and we can get it outside and test it. So all I need, like I said, just enough to plug the refrigerator in. That's all. I'm
The
good.
the solar one that I ordered, I wrote it out in the chat, Opus Mega 1 plus a solar panel for it.
Mhm.
1024 watt capacity, 2000 watt output. That's the one that's supposed to be able to run a freezer for a small amount of time. And like Passamaquoddy said, you're not running it. You're just running it to keep it at 0 or whatever temperature you want it at. And then you
Right
unplug
on.
it, let it chill.
Yeah,
Huh.
Yes.
I had my.
Huh.
Let's see,
Very
I forgot I had played a video earlier. It was Carol's live and had audio on. I was getting echo on my end, but I apologize for that.
Oh,
Heard it.
Yeah, this
I was trying to get.
learn from each other. Learn I'm so glad that you watched at least 2 of my videos. That little red cross thing you can plug in. You learn from that, and then the solar thing I showed the other day. That makes me happy that someone out there is watching and learning. Good for you. You made my day, Shawnee.
aw.
You made
Yeah,
my
I
day.
do. I like when I see someone use the thing and it like They have something good to say about it, so I know that I'm spending my money on something that I'm going to be able to understand how to use because I'm not that technical savvy at all.
Same here.
You know,
Yep.
and I don't have a big budget.
Same here.
You know.
Yep.
Budget? What's the budget?
Yeah, but yeah, well, like all the preparedness stuff and home security comes out of my pension. It shows up once a month, and most of my things that I have are $20 to $30. And if they work, I'll buy 2 or 3 more of them, like those little lights and all that kind of stuff. That's how I deal with this. But I've been doing this for a long time, just to make sure that I got something to keep life more comfortable for us. And as I get older, yeah, things like that, fall prevention after you get over the age of 60. There you go.
I have
That's
the
a
two
smart
different.
girl right there.
So this one, the light comes out up here. This one, the light
Yep.
is this whole thing, and you can change the color. I actually use them all the time. When you leave them in the outlet, they're charging,
Yeah.
and then you can set it to a mode where when you walk by it, it brightens up the room.
Yeah.
And my kids know that they can go to the outlet, take the light out, use it for whatever
As a
they want to
flashlight.
see, and
Yep.
then put it back. We
Yep.
did have a power outage, and I had just put these in, and it was so great to have light immediately the second the power went out.
Yep.
It was
Yep.
so good. These are really cheap and affordable, you guys.
Yep. Plus, they got USB connectors. Like right now, those headphones that I use to block out all the nonsense, they're plugged into one of those right now. Now, the way I've got it working, Shawnee, is on the first floor, I've got one of those right in the center of the house where I'm using the USB rechargers, and we've got another one on the second floor that's in our bedroom, and it's pointed towards the door of the bedroom. And yeah, fall prevention when you get older like me, man, that's that. Because my wife told me stories in nursing and being in recovery centers and all kinds of stuff. When you get over the age of 60 and you break a bone, you can die from that. You know, so
yeah, pretty cool.
So on that Opus website, you saw that there is a launch day sale happening with their new model, the Mega One. It is a stackable unit, so you can add another one to it.
oh,
I did
cool.
get with the solar panel because I don't have any solar panels at all, so I needed one at least. That's what I could afford. I couldn't get two.
The hard part about, like, you're in the North, Shawnee, so am I, and we don't get a lot of sun, you know. So I had avoided for many years getting anything solar until recently when I realized that some of this stuff actually works, you know, even with limited sun.
My plan with it is I'm going to have it fully charged because you can use your wall outlet to charge it.
There you go.
And have it ready to go. And let's say I lose power for 6 hours only, or 12 hours even. I could use that battery bank in the house to put a fan on, a lamp on, something for the kids.
Yeah.
And then let's say I drain it, but it's cold outside and I don't want to put the unit outside to try and get like a solar charge. I could just wait till I get power again because power is going to come back on and just recharge it that way.
Right.
I thought, well, for the summertime when I know there's sun here, because you're right, there isn't a lot of sun in the north.
Yeah.
I have the option, you know.
Yeah.
What's Randall doing with his? What's that in your hand?
Yeah, I'll probably post a video tonight of recharging some of these propane bottles. I know I've posted 2 videos about recharging these already, but I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 that are empty because I use this for weed control and burn the weeds. And I'll probably clear this little table off and make another video about that little adapter that goes from a full-size bottle down to these things.
Yeah, refilling them. Yeah.
Yeah, it's easy to do. You know, it's weird about YouTube though. Is that the first video I made about that little adapter, I got all kinds of comments about how, you know, you're supposed to put them in the freezer and weigh it before and weigh it after you put it in the freezer. You know, it's like, what? What? I didn't do any of that YouTube advice stuff. I refill these in just a matter of minutes, you know. And oh, you've got to have a fan running and an
What are you
emergency
doing?
helicopter and all kinds of stuff. You just busted. You're just busted.
The whole
You just
time
called-
you were messing with the radio, I had you up on the big screen.
I'm gonna take my shirt off then. If you're gonna do that.
Oh,
Really?
another thing that I really like having, we are a Milwaukee family. So this is your regular, is it called M18? Yeah, M18 battery that you use on your drills and stuff. And then I
Yeah.
bought the adapter. So the battery goes into this and it creates power. And
There
so
you
then
go.
I have an outlet here and I have USB as well.
Right
So
on.
the
Cool.
reason I have this honestly is for my portable bubble machine. Okay. But you can use this to power a lamp or a nightlight, like small things. This isn't
What
Yeah.
going to
do you
last all day, you know, and this
What
is
do
the
you
smaller
do?
one.
What do you do with your portable bubble machine?
What do you think I do with my portable bubble machine, Randall?
I don't want.
I have a
Do I?
bubble
Make
party.
bubble.
Oh,
So
Bubble
then I don't have to sit
cool.
there and blow the bubbles for the children. The machine does it. Okay. It's glorious.
Oh,
Smart.
okay.
Everyone needs a bubble machine.
Okay, we don't need to go into details.
I'll tell you what. If I was in the market for a wife, I'd be looking at that lady right there. She's already married.
Yes.
Smart lady. Smart lady. I like smart women. Mhm.
And this is something I can control and handle, and it's in my closet of
Oh,
things, and
I
Okay.
thought
it's
that's
not
what a husband
complicated, you
was.
know.
Yeah.
I thought that's what a husband was. Something you can control and handle.
I just looked. They have Milwaukee fans that I can plug this battery into, but it was like $150, so I did not order
Oh,
that
Wow.
fan. I ordered a different
That's
fan,
yeah.
maybe for
That's a,
Christmas if they go on sale.
that's above my budget. You know.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not using it on a job site, like what they're made for is
Right.
using it on your job sites. I
Yeah.
don't need that, so that's not happening.
It's not a bad thing to have around in case you get a pipe break and you've got to clean up after it or some kind of flooding.
That
To
literally
help.
happened to me this summer.
Oh no.
A pipe burst in the
No.
basement all night
No.
long, was water spraying, and
Oh,
it took a while to get the water cleaned up. I would have used a nice big fan. Well, you just used a box fan and a squeegee.
there you go.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah, I do. You know, you guys know about the one set of neighbors. Those folks concern me. You know, if anything goes sideways, that's why I really keep my mouth shut about what I do. I really, really do. 'Cause, man, I'm burning sage right now to try to and blowing it outside in a spiritual thing to, like, you know, keep your distance, get out of here. I don't want you here. You know, I know it sounds weird, but I'm willing to do anything to keep my house clean.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna have to call it because I gotta call this U-Haul company back and see what's
Oh.
going on with my deposit. And then I need to get back to the grindstone, get this stuff.
I gotta go check out my little baristas. They're just waiting for Daddy Bob to show up. You know,
And I gotta go out there.
they
and
all
look.
just love me.
So
So-
this
Oh.
is magnetic, and I
Mhm.
keep it on my fridge. And then this, you turn it. There's a battery in there that I have to apparently change because it's not turning on. But there's like 3 settings, and it was really helpful for us to set up our cook station when the power went out and have this on the fridge by the where we're setting up and just have light. I can stick it on
Smart.
the fish tank frame. I have light. Like, I just need light for my kids. Okay. So just
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
the ways to have light that isn't a candle or oil.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I get it. I do. I get it.
okay, well,
Yeah. I'm gonna
I
bounce out of here, guys.
yeah,
Thanks for having me up.
I'm getting ready to go too. I've got to do a few things, but
Randall, stack up some food. You never know when it might
yeah,
be
you got
needed.
that. Yep.
Hey,
One of my
Today,
cats just ripped one.
7 to 10 days of food stacked up. You know. So,
Yeah.
Peace out, everybody. The baristas are calling. They need
All
Daddy
right.
Bob, you know.
Yep. See you, Bob.
Later. Peace out.
Um,
Later, Shawnee. You made my day, Shawnee.
Yep, she's pretty awesome.
Yeah, blame it on the cat, Barry.
No, it definitely was. I'm not sure which one, but
Blame it on the cat.
oh, I thought I had some bad ones, but good Lord, cats.
Yeah. All right, guys, y'all have a good. And I'm gonna hop off here.
Yeah.
We'll
So-
holler at you later, Shawnee. Everybody.
Thanks for coming up, Shawnee, Bob, Kentucky Goblin, Barry. Oh, wait, that's right. Supposed to be here.
Very.
We'll see you all.
Okay, bye bye.
Have a good one.